Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel, The Healthy Voice. I'm Bella. I am a trauma informed voice teacher, classically trained. I've been teaching for over 22 years, studying voice and practicing for about 30 years. And today, the topic was inspired by a post in my Healthy Voice community. And the topic is shaky voices. What do you do? How do you get your voice to stop shaking? And this is a common problem. So if you have this issue, please know that you're not alone. And I can certainly recall many times when my voice has been shaking. I can recall moments during my, what I call my recovery process, my recovery time, where I was trying to get back that sound of my voice just in my own singing practice. And I would find that my voice would shake. And it's incredibly frustrating because it makes you feel like you're not in control of your voice. And in fact, this topic falls under the category of what we voice teachers would call vocal control. Pretty much anybody who's going on a voice work path is attempting to gain control over the sound of their voice. That was really funny timing. You got to admit. So when your voice is shaking, it's because you you're probably nervous about something, or perhaps there's some muscle weaknesses happening, or it could be a lack of awareness, an inability to connect your mind to the physical mechanism of your voice. So I'm going to show you something that you can do. But first, let's talk a little bit about what this is, what's going on. There are two There are two things that I can think of that cause a shaky voice. One is some kind of nervousness. So, have you ever been really scared and you try to talk and your voice comes out shaky and you can feel it happening? So, it's not even so much about sound from your perspective. Yes, you hear your voice shaking, but first you feel it shaking, right? Think about that for a moment. You don't necessarily hear your voice shaking first, you feel it shaking, and it's uncomfortable. I've been there. The second situation makes me think about anything involving any muscles in the body, where you simply just don't have that that mind-body connection. So, for example, if you are trying to lift your leg in a certain way, like in a yoga position, or you're in a dance, you're trying to you're trying to put a dance together, and you lift up your arm a certain way, and it's not going in the direction you want, or you can't hold it up as long as you want it to because the muscles don't have enough strength. And so sometimes I personally like to go at voice work from both angles. I think we have to recognize that some muscles are just atrophied. And there's also the psychological elements that very much impact the way we sound and the way our voices feel. And so when it comes to vocal control, I like to take both perspectives, the physical and the mental. And so the first thing I want you to try to do is let's make a few sounds, and I want you to become very aware of the feeling of the vibrations in your throat. So let's just hum for a moment. Let's go. Mm. Let's try sliding up and down. Mm. Now let's do that again, but this time I want you to notice what happens to your face. What happens to your chin? What happens to your throat? Are you doing something like this? Mm. Are you moving your head in the direction of the pitch? So when we hum going up, Do you follow with your eyes? And do you follow with your eyes when you go down? All right. If you do that, I want you to try it this time while maintaining forward eye contact like this. Mm. Okay. Was that difficult? For some of you, it was difficult because it's like doing the you can't see my stomach, but it's like patting rubbing your stomach and patting your head at the same time. It's very, very difficult to do this. And this what do you call that? I don't remember. When you do two things at once with this is very difficult. This coordination. It's part of the reason why people struggle to play the piano, uh, or the guitar, all of it. And singing, we have to do the same thing. We have to do certain things that feel counterintuitive in order to achieve balance. So it makes us feel out of balance to do this, to look forward and sing pitches going high and low. But once we master this, then our voice begins to feel balanced and we start to feel like we're in control of our voice. So let's try this again. So looking straight ahead, let's slide up and down with our hum. Mm. Let's do that again. Mm. One more time. Mm. So you felt the muscles here going up and down. And at the same time, you maintained one position with your head. You maintained one position with your focal point, looking forward. So that was good control. You are basically learning how to be in control of your voice as opposed to being unconscious with your voice. So when you hummed and your face went up and down, that was an unconscious behavior. Your body was just doing what felt natural. It was following the feel and sound of your voice. But by you looking forward and becoming aware of your voice muscles, making the sound go up and down while maintaining a steady eye contact forward, you are retraining your body to understand that your mind, your conscious mind, is now in control of your voice. Okay, so now this is the exercise I do with my students who struggle to have control over their voices. And it's okay if you don't get this today. As I was telling another student last week, I'm telling you, this comes up a lot. It's not just you. As I was telling a student last week, when I first started doing this exercise, I did not master it immediately. I don't even think I mastered it that week. I think it took me several weeks of consistent daily practice before I was able to control this tone. So here's what we're going to do. Let me explain it. We're going to try to make a steady sound with no shaking, no wobbling. So an example of a shaky line would be So could you hear how my voice was shaky? And because it was shaky, the pitch was not consistent. It kind of dipped down and then it went up and then it kind of found its place and then it dipped down again. And so I was not in control of my sound. Now, what I want is I want a nice, steady line like this. Ah, a straight line. So here we go. Here's how you start practicing. This is going to take visualization. Like I said before, a lot of voice work is a combination of physical muscle work, maintaining control over the muscles, much like a bodybuilder or a dancer, and visualization. being able to use your imagination and your mind to control the voice. Okay, so here's your visualization. Let me explain why before I explain what. So, do you remember being a kid? And maybe this is still a problem for you because a lot of people struggle to draw a straight line on a piece of paper. Can you recall the last time you tried to draw a straight line? Now, some people out there are very good artists, and it's easy for you to draw a straight line. But for most of us, it's not, unless we practice it, it's not something that comes naturally. You try to draw a straight line, and it always goes at a diagonal. There seems to be something quite natural in that. So when we try to sing, the same thing happens. We try to make a straight line, but it ends up dipping and maybe going up, and it's not steady. So the way we do this, one of my teachers taught me this trick. I'm gonna try to get in the picture all the way. So what I'm going to do is, instead of trying to go straight with my visualization, because a straight line, an attempt to make a straight line is always going to cause us to dip down or up. So what I'm going to do instead, this is a psychological trick. I'm going to imagine a slight arch like that. Okay? So from here, I'm going to go ah, and I want to imagine point A and point B. Okay, I gotta have something to hold on to, an anchor, something in my mind, because if we just make sound, it's invisible. We have nothing to touch. We have nothing to see. It all feels very esoteric and difficult. So we have to use our ability to visualize. So that will help us a lot. So this is the starting point. Okay, it's like a sentence. This is the starting point. This is the ending point, the period. Okay. So I'm going to make a slight arched line, and then I'm going to reach that ending point. So here I'm going to try to show you with my fingers. Ah, ah, ah. Okay. Now, as I was focusing on trying to explain to you and trying to visualize that line, I could feel a little shakiness in my voice. And so I'm going to demonstrate next what to do also to help guarantee a stronger control. I want you to bring your attention to your abdomen area and just squeeze the muscles in and then relax them. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten some of my core muscles. Obviously, I don't want to go too crazy here. I just want to sort of ground down into the lower half of my body. By doing that, gives me a little bit of an anchor, a little bit of a weight to kind of like pull me down, like imagine a tree, a big tree, and those roots are grounded in there. They're not going anywhere. You see them sway on a very windy day, but that tree trunk keeps them grounded. And so that's how we have to think of our lower half. So I'm going to strengthen my core muscles down here, and I'm going to do this again. Ah, ah, ah. Better. Okay, so if you want to work on vocal control, which you absolutely should, it's essential. Start thinking about the muscles that are operating when you sing. Start with humming, sliding up and down, and noticing what happens to your head, to your body. Everything should be not still, not stiff. That we don't want that. Movement is good, but be aware of directional movement. So you don't want to be moving your body in the same direction as your pitch. That's not a good idea. So if you sing high pitches and everything in you starts to lift up, do the opposite. If you sing low pitches and everything starts to come down, don't do that either. We're always trying to create an oppositional force. It's kind of like a guitar string. The guitar string has to be pulled in both directions, or it doesn't work at all. And so for you, you're also a musical instrument. And so when you sing high notes, there needs to be something down here pulling an opposite force. When you sing high notes, you got to have, or low notes, you got to have the opposite force up here. So when you sing high pitches and you go, it's it's too much up here. So what you do is you sing the high notes and you bring your muscles down here. So and then the same thing with the opposite. So you go low and you try to maybe elevate something up here. So ah. It's quite a lot for the mind to wrap around. Like I said, it's very similar to having for to doing the rubbing your belly and patting your head at the same time, but it doesn't take that long. It's like juggling. That's what it is. It's one of those activities. But so we have to get used to this opposite force. We have to get used to the feeling that in the muscles, including our stomach muscles. And you must use your power of visualization. You have to have something to see. You have to use your other senses somehow, even if it's just in your imagination. So I hope that that helps. Let me know. Vocal control is, I guess it's kind of a tricky thing to teach, but I hope it helped you. Let me know if there's anything that I could do to make it more clear. Okay, so let's do a journal prompt. So when it comes to control, I'm very much an as above, so below, so within, so without person. And that's one of the reasons I handle voice work the way I do. I don't think that it's just about sounding pretty. I think it's also one of our greatest guides to the self. And so whatever habit or behavior your voice is taking on is a message of your inner world to yourself. So if your voice is shaking a lot, if you're having trouble controlling the feel of your voice, the sound of your voice, then let's do a journal prompt on control. Where in your life do you feel like you don't have any control? What part of your life do you feel like you wish you had more control over? Is there anything you can do to feel more in control of these things? Is there anything that you are doing that is allowing your control to be given away? Think about those things. The voice is a metaphor in many ways. The voice is a physical mechanism, but it is also our higher self. It's our identity. It's who we are. And the sound of our voice, the feel of our voice reveals a lot about what's going on inside. So think about that this week. Consider signing up for my community. We're having a great time in there. We're going to be doing a yoga class tomorrow, and we're going to have a live session this weekend where we're going to do some vocal exercises together, as well as some lessons on breath support. And of course, we'll have our Courage Circle coming up soon, which is just an awesome experience for everybody. And that's it for today. Don't forget to leave a comment or a question. As always, I thank you for being here. I thank you for working on your voice. I thank you for taking care of yourself because the world needs your unique voice. I'll see you in the next one.